All right, welcome to the first action of your individual player development plan. And again, this is identify the player. So you're going to identify yourself. Now, to give you some ideas, what you're going to evaluate first is who is the player, who are you? What is your character like? What are the tools that you possess from a character standpoint? How are your game-related attributes? And then you want to list 4 to 8 characteristics of the player. So what you're going to see below here before you go to the next part is example characteristics of players, right? Just a couple of them so you have some ideas. First one is the mindset. What kind of mindset do they have? The example we give is a growth mindset. This is somebody that's continuously wanting to improve. The second part is respectful to all and somebody that respects the process. Somebody that's an excellent communicator, gives good feedback for development, attitude to succeed. This individual or using this characteristic is somebody that wants to succeed at almost any cost, which means that they're easy to motivate. They don't need a lot of motivation. They can push themselves. Maybe have a high level of athleticism and naturally talented. So these are some ideas. They can be positive or negative character attributes. You're going to have to make that determination about yourself. So be very honest about your process and where you're at. And don't be afraid, guys. This is how you improve yourself. Remember, this is an individual development plan. So you're going to have strengths and you're going to have weaknesses that you need to improve on. Here's how we're going to do that. Okay, moving into the next step. What you're going to do on the left side where it says self-analysis, you're going to break down 4 to 8 personal characteristics about yourself. You're going to put like those categories that we just gave as examples about yourself. You're then going to ask your coach to do the same thing. Ask your coach to break down 4 to 8 personal characteristics about yourself and see if they match up, where are they different, and that way it gives you a little bit more insight into what somebody else, like somebody that works with you on a consistent basis, thinks about you. So get this done, and you're going to get a PDF of this whole thing, so don't worry, you don't have to fill it out on the fly like this. I'm going to give you the PDF, so you'll get that in the download section, and then you can build this whole thing out. Okay, so once you finish that, you're going to go to part 2 of action 1. This is where you're going to identify your game-related qualities. So what that means is you're going to evaluate game-related attributes covering technical, tactical, physical, mental, discipline, and charisma. You're going to do more self-analysis to help you identify where you think you are at now and what you can develop. Okay? This is extremely important because if you want to reach the highest level of the game, analyzing yourself is critically important. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into this. So what you're going to do from a general standpoint is you're going to identify your strengths and you're going to identify your needs for improvement. So you want to write on one side what you do well and on the other side what you need to improve based on your game. I recommend bullet pointing this. That way you're writing down, for example, one could be if you're a winger, great 1v1 ability to get to the byline and get the cross in. Right, but maybe on the other side for needs improvement, you need to write improve the delivery of the cross. Right, now you're building out those processes to show what you're capable of doing. Okay, and then obviously continue it out. Don't just leave it at 1, build it a little bit further, but that's just an example for you. Okay, once you do that and you build out those general levels, you're going to go a little bit more in depth. You're going to break down mental, technical, and tactical on the first set, right? You're going to put down your strengths, needs for improvement. Now, again, these are just examples I give you. In the PDF you're going to get, it's going to be completely blank, so you can just fill them in. Okay, and then you just fill this in, right? So the example for mental is excellent passion and mentality towards the game. Always want to play, always want to compete, extremely competitive, right? That's a general mental thing. Something to improve, can improve the mentality to dominate training every day. Maybe this individual relaxes during training. Need to look to impose himself every day in training, right? Again, just an example. And you have the same thing for technical, strengths and needs improvement, tactical, strength needs improvement. And the whole point is so that way you can start really identifying who you are as a player, what you do well, what you need to improve on from these 3 categories. Then we go to the next part, and now we're talking about physical, charisma, and discipline. Physical is obviously physical attributes. Charisma is personality, that drive, that want for the ball, the want to give instruction. It's communication, really. And then discipline is what you're willing to give to be good. What do you do well? What do you need to improve on? Right? So looking at a charisma as the example, strengths would be teammates look to this individual for leadership and set the tone at practice. needs improvement, needs to be more vocal during matches, giving instruction to teammate, demanding the ball, right? And then you build this out for yourself. Write down what you think you do well and need to work on for each category. And that's 6 in total. Okay, once you build this out, you're ready for now action 2 of this individual player development plan. Okay, so build this out in the PDF that I'm going to give you or that you can download from the download section, and let's keep moving forward. So I'll see you in the next video.